Escape is a Journey tribute band. Let's see if we can muster around here and find the guys. Ah, here, I think I see a couple of them now. Okay. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the show. As you answer your question,
raise your hands.
As you answer your question, say your name and what you play, all right?
Okay.
And how long you've been a member of Escape.
Okay.
Okay, guys?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm the new kid on the block.
All right.
All right, whoever wants to answer the first.
I got it.
If you want to go around, okay. Tell me what Escape is all about.
Basically, what Escape's all about is
how long the band's been together?
The band's been together for about 3 years, right, guys?
Yeah.
3 years.
About 3 years now.
3 years, 10 months.
Basically, what we're about is just playing the music, journey, because we're such great music. We don't want it to die because, a lot of the trendy stuff that's happening today has nothing to do with rock and roll. With the journey, that's what we're all about. Just pumping out the rock and roll. So,
who's the newest member?
The newest member, myself.
Okay.
The newest member is me.
Okay. What is the age range of the band?
I got that one.
I knew it just as
And you
my name's Brian Bailey, and I play guitar.
Okay.
And the age groups of the band, basically we started when Mike was, 18 years old, so he's 29, 21 now, 21 to 34, to 24.
Okay.
My name is Rich Doolittle, and I've been an alcoholic for 10 years.
You don't look like a Rich to me. Okay, was the search hard to find the right members of this band, and where did you advertise?
Wait, let me...
I got that one.
No, you already got
one. I just want to answer that one.
No, I want to answer that one.
Story.
But I want to answer that one.
The question.
Wait a minute.
Go.
This is too funny.
I just got one.
Pick the number between 1 and 4.
All right, the person with the biggest
You got it.
All right, so here's the answer to that question.
Damn, I never get to answer the question.
All right,
Come on, wait, just answer this one while it's on my mind.
We have a license, sub shop.
You can all answer the question if you want.
Here's how I joined the band.
names.
Hey, cut the shit.
This is how I joined the band.
Stop it, you two.
It was dark outside. It was about 8:30, and I was walking home. And I walked into Supreme's Pizza on Mass Ave. We used to go there all the time to get a slice, a bite to eat. The pizza's a little oily, but it's still good. Basically what happened was, as I was eating my pizza, because I usually take a few napkins to
This might
wipe
go
the...
on the TV, so
Listen, I usually take a few napkins to wipe the grease off the pizza, you know? And while I was taking the napkins to dispose of them properly in a trash
Receptacle.
Yeah.
Tell me your lighter, DJ.
I looked on the wall. And all I saw out of the corner of my eye was, it said Journey. It said singer needed, right? So I immediately, being a singer, it was like a light bulb popped. It was just like, this is what I gotta do. You know? A lot of people wake up every day.
man on a mission,
A
huh?
lot of people every day wake up and they don't know what to do, you know? I knew what I had to do. I knew what I had to sing. So we did it. Now we're Escape Boys.
Okay,
I love you.
okay, how about let's hear from Mike Baker, which is the man with the hat in the back there. Okay, why do you think
Studebaker!
why do you think you chose a tribute band over doing your own original songs? And you are the keyboard player, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the keyboard.
You didn't write this stuff?
I didn't write this stuff, no. Basically, we chose a tribute band over our original band because the songs are already written. Cash and,
So rather than wait, rather than deprive people of this great music, and you know, because there's tens of thousands of bands, you know, there's a bunch of Boston bands, you know, just sitting around, you know, recording in the basement, which is great, you know what I mean?
it's also a band you can't see anymore, so basically we're doing it because
I mean,
they're not
Journey's the
around.
best band in rock and roll, you know, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I agree.
You know, they're great, you know what I mean? It's just like,
So we drank.
we by no means, you know, think that we're as good as Journey or, you know, even close, but we think what we do is good enough to go out in the clubs and, you know, do it as much as we can, just to, you know, get people
Have a good
grooving
time.
and have, you know, basically what we're all about is just having a good time, you know. We
Lots
play-
of fun.
I think that's the motto.
And playing Scrabble.
It's the kind of band that your grandmother could come to see, I think.
Playing
It's
Scrabble, who said
It's
that?
safe music.
It's a safe music, you know.
yeah.
We don't advocate drugs or alcohol. You know, none of us do drugs, none of us drink, and you know,
None
we
of
just we don't advocate any of that. You know,
Abdicate what?
advocate things that are bad. You know, we're not Guns N' Roses out there. You know what I mean? Smashing.
Just being bad to be bad. That's old
Yeah.
now. That went out with the
Yeah,
80s. It's time to be
that's
cool
true.
again.
Okay, Anthony in the back there, percussion drums. What do you think the reaction so far to the band has been? How do you feel about the reaction? What kind of...
Well, I can't see too much sitting back there. Everybody seems to enjoy everything. You know, everybody gets up and dances and freaks out and jumps and just throws bodily parts on the stage. We hang them from the ceilings.
Okay. Alright. What are, Mike?
Yes?
You are Mike?
I am Mike. I am the bass player.
You are Mike? Okay, you are the bass player. What
you
are
got
the most
something
songs
here,
that people request, do you find, often?
People request faithfully. That's what they
That's like
request.
their number one song that
I
they
think that's the number one
request?
requested song.
and anyway,
Although we
you
have had other requests, I think faithfully.
Everybody knows the last song's
It's the
going to be
number
the
one.
We were actually doing a show out in Michigan, and there was a young girl who requested Any Way You Want It.
That's true.
I mean, a lot of people request Any Way You Want It too.
She lent
That's
us her
true.
first child.
But that was
But-
Michigan.
But I think faithfully is the number one if we're
And
going
they
to go
give us
for
a
one
free
song.
Guess what?
the Lord.
I just forgot to put record. No, I'm just kidding.
Edit.
Brian's got this look
That's
like,
what
oh
reminds
my
me of what
god,
happened
I'm
in
a
Russia when
shooter.
I was just 17.
I was playing a bar.
Okay, have you started a demo? And if you have, when will it be done? When can for people to hear?
Well,
Have
basically,
you worked on one?
the demo that we've put out is a 3-song demo tape cassette. You know,
Consisting
Basically,
of...
it's consisting of 3 songs.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you know, that's pretty much irrelevant because people, it's not a tape that people are going to go out and buy simply because you go out and you buy Journey, you buy Escape. There's
Right.
Journey, Escape. You know,
Right.
this is just a tape. It's not for sale. You know, it's just for the clubs to get us some gigs, so you know we can go out and make some money and buy Escape.
Okay, so what's next for Escape? Upcoming gigs, promotions, etc. If y'all like want to jump in and answer at any time.
We're playing Narcissist downtown at Kenmore Square. You're all invited. Whoever sees this, you're all invited down. Come
That's
see
the
the band.
21st.
That's April.
It's the
It's the rock
21st of
pile.
April. That's
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
A big hot night for bands.
You know, and it's just kind of thing where everybody goes through rough times. We're just all about having a good time.
And this Wednesday, April 23rd at the Rock Pile.
We're gonna have a good time. I
April
think
30th,
Frank's trying to say
yeah,
we're gonna have a good time.
For everybody, go to Ticketron and buy your tickets for the VFW on
IBEW in
He never learned how to spell right.
IBEW in
Can I
Waltham
put this here? Can you hold it?
on April 30th. We'll be there with 2 other tribute bands, and it will be lots of fun for everybody, all ages. Bring the kids, bring the grandma,
It's a free-for-all.
go out, have some
Bring
fun.
the dogs.
It's a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of
It's going to be
fun.
custom cans of dog food.
All are welcome.
And the band
the
has
Rocks
an
in New
attitude,
York.
you know what I mean? Like, there's some kinds of attitudes, you know what I mean? But it's all a very positive vibe, It's all about continuity,
And fun.
It's all about
It's
fecal
all
matter.
about fun.
It is all-
It's all about fun,
Non-disposable bile bag.
Are you going to be playing other than Massachusetts around other areas?
I think
New York.
The whole eastern seacoast.
Playing the Roxy in New York in June 2nd. If y'all want to come out, have a good time in New York with us.
And
We're doing a tour of Canada and the Midwest, but we don't exactly know where.
We could go
Our
south,
manager
y'all.
knows all that.
And we do
Play
have
the
some dates.
festival,
We have
y'all.
some dates in Hawaii, in Maui,
We'll
actually.
be popping out to Maui in
At the-
July?
No, it's late August.
Late
At the
August?
Puka Shell. That's
Yeah,
right.
really?
Right in Maui.
Oh yeah.
They got a golf course
Listen,
there,
if
right?
anybody who doesn't know what a puka shell is, these are puka shells.
There's a big one, and we're going to play inside
These
of
are
it.
puka shells.
It's
right?
called a
It's
half
We
puka.
did home with live.
It's a great
Shame
sound.
African
It's
dream.
called
Great
the puka.
stadium, great
If you want to
sound.
come out to the puka and just hang out, you know what I mean?
We'll have a good time.
It's kind of like the polka,
But it's the puka.
It's kind of like, what's that Barry Manilow song?
At the
I don't think they'll ever have
Polka.
a puka
At the puka.
Copacabana.
Puka. It's like Copacabana, except it's the polka.
Puka.
Okay,
So come out to the puka.
I have, we're going to wrap up soon, so let me ask you a question. If you could describe how you feel about the music scene now compared to, say, like 10 years ago.
All right, the music scene right now. I'll just jump in real quick first.
You like to
coming
jump
from
in a lot real
everybody.
quick.
Basically, the music scene right now, on a more serious note, because, we're just having a good time. But, it's in a lot of trouble for the type of music that Journey is, the commercial, mainstream, rock and roll, pop type stuff. I mean, pop, maybe not pop, but, some of the pop stuff that Steve Perry went on to do, the singer of Journey. But in all actuality, it's pretty hurt, because the Seattle grunge thing is real big right now, and it's kind of like a lot of times in the music industry, these fads come along and everybody jumps on the boat, and whatever music is like happening at that one time, everybody wants, So a lot of the original rock and roll bands that kick ass can't get a deal, you know what I mean? Because, bands that are hot, playing the music that are hot, get the deals, It's like, a good analogy is like the Beatles would write a great song, and then they'd write another follow-up hit, and, it would sound kind of like that song. The listener might not even know, but the techniques were the same, and, even the hooks sometimes were the same over maybe a little slightly different chord progression, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Brian, what would you say about the music scene in the past 10 years?
As far as what Journey's done and what they did, they always had really good writing styles and great songs. And I think that a lot of what's going on now, they're not so much as song quality as far as a groove or something. They just get a feel or something. Sort of like how they're feeling me right now. This kind of music.
Personally, I was 10 years ago, so I don't know exactly what the scene was like.
Basically, 10 years
Other
ago.
than that,
What's that,
you know,
Mike? You were
I
what?
was very young.
All right, I was trying to hide it.
Born a young child.
I'm only 12. They were trying to say I'm 21, but I'm 12. So
Mike?
I don't know what the scene was like 10 years ago.
Okay, Mike Baker.
What do I think? I don't
Yeah.
think anybody has any idea what they're doing nowadays. I don't think anybody knows what they want to do yet. Listen to it.
It's like so diverse.
That one went over like a lead balloon.
Hey, let's in.
At least I said I was 2.
Anthony?
Everything is getting simpler and stupid nowadays.
Yeah.
And everything's going to come around again where everything's going to get back to the basics and stuff. And hopefully, what we're doing now will
It's
catch on.
simpler. It's
I mean,
going back to the basics.
we're not out to sell a million records, obviously, because we're playing the music
That
was
already sold.
So the thing is, basically, it doesn't really matter what the hell we think, because we're playing somebody else's music. So,
That one came out 10 years ago.
I mean, 10 years ago, the 80s, right? Yeah. It was pretty much...
Early
I think so.
Early
Journey
80s.
was tops.
Journey was tops, but
Journey
if you want
was,
to go,
yeah.
you want to go
10 years
10
ago.
years back. So we're
Yeah.
talking 20 years ago, 2 decades ago. That's when it was happening. You know what I mean? In the 70s. Anybody who wants to get a dose of that, you can get Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. It was recorded New Year's Eve, 1969. That's music.
I thought you said the
That's
70s.
That's
What is
happening.
this?
It's the first day of the 70s.
Oh,
New
come on,
Year's Eve.
guys.
So that's how we feel about 10 years ago
But we're not
today.
going to be,
How
we're
do
not
you
going to
feel?
get drunk and...
guys like to add anything else before we wrap this up?
4 and 4 is 8.
Any comments about your? Are you surprised at your reactions?
Yeah,
what
I
people have been
think
doing?
everybody's kind of surprised.
You have some good sponsorship, from what I hear.
We got management, and we're all set now, and we're going to be playing out, and you're going to come